Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So, in this video, we're doing the collective monthly read for the month of November 2025. So, let's see what's going on for the month of November. So, it's hard to believe it's November already coming up. So, let's see what's going on with the energy for the collective. As always, take what resonates in this reading and leave behind what doesn't. And thank you to all the subscribers and new subscribers out there. I really appreciate you and your support of the channel. And as always, please hit that like button so that this video will get out to more people, will help the channel to grow, and I would appreciate that. And if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so that you get future videos I put out. I do a monthly read and a mid-monthly read for the collective as well as element readings as well. And sometimes I do like if there's an astronomical aspect going on that's real like energy, real powerful energy, or I've been feeling really pushed, by spirit to do a special read for the season. So I do other readings as well, especially if I feel pushed by spirit to do it. So and happy birthday to all the November birthdays out there. Happy November. So, what is the energy for the collective for the month of November 2025? Let's see what's going on for the collective. Okay. I felt like the cards were smooth today for this reading. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Two of Swords. We got the Four of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Empress, Fool, Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing is in the past as a collective coming into November, there's like fast changes coming. And you see he's on his horse and he's galloping. I mean, this knight, he's moving quick on this horse, and it's like he's got his sword and he's taking action. And I feel like coming into November, the energy is going to be kind of fast and furious. And there's going to be some like I'm hearing like humanity's going to be energized, and there's going to be this strong push for change in a positive way to help all of humanity. And it's like it's coming in fast and furious, this action for change, people wanting change. And it's going to be like it's going to be at a very high level. Like, people are just tired of dealing with stuff. They're ready for change. And there's going to be this really passionate drive to move forward quickly with this change and take action. And that's kind of the mindset of the collective coming into the month of November. And, what's really interesting is with the October, like the whole month of October, I've been feeling extremely strongly. And then also seeing it in the cards when I'm doing the readings throughout the month, that it's like, October was kind of like a pivotal month. It was a kind of a crossroads month, a pivotal month where things were going to drastically start to really shift energetically in a big way in October. And that's what I was seeing in the readings. And that's what I feel is going on here coming into November. It's like this drastic change of energy of like, let's get it done. Let's take action, let's move forward. And there's this like desire for, swift action. But even though that's the energy, excuse me, mm, needed a drink. Even though that's the energy that we're in coming into the month of November, it's like I feel it's like there's a sense of wait. So it's kind of like, that sense of hurry up and wait. So this is the drive, like, oh, let's get in there, take action, make these changes happen. But there's still this sense of, wait a minute, let's think about this, let's stop. So there's a pause. We're at this sense of pause. So the energy's there, the desire's there, but it's this sense of pause of like, and I think the pause is, what do we want to do? Because it's like, she's sitting there blindfolded, not sure. And it's like this sense of, what do I do now? I'm just sitting here. So there's this, and not seeing things clearly. It's like she's blindfolded, so she can't see. So I definitely sense that even though that desire for change is there, it's kind of like that hurry up and wait energy. We want to get things done, but we're in that pause place consciously, because I'm hearing that our conscious level isn't quite there yet. Like our consciousness is still rising, our vibration's still rising, and we're not quite, even though the desire there is to take off and do stuff and take action, we're not quite there as a collective consciously. Like we're still working on things and we're still trying to figure out what we want to do. And this is the situation, and that's exactly what's happening. Like he's sitting here in this tree and he's looking at these cups, and that's where his focus is. But the universe is trying to give him a cup, give him a little offer, and he's not seeing it. He's not even looking at what's right in front of his face with this universal cup. And I feel like that's where we are with humanity. That's why we're in this pause. One, we have to let our consciousness kind of catch up to that energy of hurry up and get something done. It's like we're working on that consciousness rising. But also, it's like, we're not, because you see she's blindfolded and he's not paying attention to the cup, so it's kind of like we're not seeing everything yet. So the desire's there, but I feel like the universe is purposely putting the brakes on to allow our consciousness to catch up with what we don't know yet and what we're not seeing yet, because the universe is giving us this cup. It is good. These changes are going to happen for the betterment of humanity, but we're not quite seeing how that's going to happen yet, and we don't quite have all the information yet. So I feel like that's why this pause is happening, is for our consciousness to catch up to the missing information and to see that cup, to see things on a different perspective, on a higher level perspective, and to get all the information. But what's interesting is this card here. It's like, for the atmosphere, I'm definitely feeling that this, and usually, like, this doesn't happen very often in these readings with the Empress card, but I'm definitely feeling like this is Mother Earth. And the atmosphere is, it's like, even though we're kind of in this, pause place, and our consciousness is rising, and we don't quite see everything yet, and we don't see the offer, or we don't see how everything's going to work out yet. There's information we don't know, so we're kind of like in that pause place. The pause is good for us. Like we need to have that, because we need to have our consciousness and our vibration lift, so we can rebuild these systems, so we can make the changes that we feel so passionate about. Like we have to have our consciousness catch up to that. And there's information we need to learn. There's things we need to learn, and that's going to happen when our vibration and consciousness lifts. And I'm hearing Mother Earth with this card. Mother Earth is helping us because she's an entity. She's a sentient entity, and she has vibration and frequency. And, of course, she's taking care of all the people on her, but she's also ascending to a higher level. She's going into the new earth, the higher five-dimensional earth. So she is, I think the pause is, Mother Earth wants us to pause and allow our consciousness to rise. And she's part of that process. Like Mother Earth is, as she rises in her consciousness level, as she rises in vibration, she's taking all the children of men with her, all of humanity. We're rising at the same time. And I feel this very motherly, loving, nurturing energy that she has for us. And she does have a deep love for humanity. And she is, she's rising and she's helping us to rise. So Mother Earth has a big part of this process of our vibration going up energetically and our consciousness going up. So that's what's happening right now. And this is for like November, and the current energy is the earth is really helping us, Mother Earth. And we're in that pause, but it's because we need to lift our vibration and our consciousness needs to rise so that we can see these things. Because, when you're in that lower vibrational energy and your consciousness isn't high, you just can't see stuff because you're not there yet with your consciousness, for your eyes to be open. Because as you vibration lifts and your consciousness gets higher, it's almost like blinders are taken off your eyes and you see things on a much different perspective. And this is really interesting. If you look back at the weekly read for October 26th through November 1st that came out on Saturday, this is right in alignment with that weekly read for the collective, for the global collective. And that's really interesting because this reading kind of is piggybacking to what I got for that weekly read. And it's like taking it to the next step. So it looks like that energy from that weekly read is kind of continuing into November. So if you haven't watched it yet, I would, go back and see it because it's really interesting how it connects. And then in the near future, for humanity, we are going to get to that point with the vibration consciousness lifting and the help of Mother Earth. She's helping us do this. We are going to take that step forward into that new beginning. And it's kind of like we're learning to have faith in ourselves, faith in the divine, faith in our intuition. Because if you see this guy, he's on a cliff. He's getting ready to walk off the cliff, and he doesn't have a care. He's just like, I'm just gonna go, wherever the energy takes me. I'm just gonna take this step forward and just go into this new cycle, this new phase. But he has everything he needs. He's got all his stuff in his little sack, so he's not like he's going out there without any tools or without, things that he needs. He has it, but he's not hindered. He's not fearful. He's like, we're just going to go for it. We're just going to take that leap of faith, so to speak. And that's what humanity's doing in the near future. We're just going to go for it. We're just going to take that leap, just move forward. But it's because right now we're pausing in November in that current energy to get that, to get that knowledge, to get our vibration high, to get that consciousness level high. And then once we get there in the near future, once we get there in the near future, we get to that level and we reach the level that we need to be at, then we're going to be like, okay, let's just go for it. We're going to we're going to just go for it and take it, to take a leap of faith. But I feel like the advice cards I have for November is this. Very interesting. So, and this card's been coming up a lot lately in the readings in October, but definitely like divine, timing on this, divine planning. Like everything's happening as it's meant to. It's like everything's destined and fated, and the wheel of fortune is turning, and it's turning for the betterment of humanity. So, we've been in a dark place. We've been in darkness, so to speak, for, without the light, meaning without knowledge. When I say that, like darkness and lower vibrational without the higher vibrational esoteric knowledge for a long time. And now we're getting out of that. It's like now it's time for humanity to come into the light, to come into knowledge, to go into our independent sovereign, the true independent sovereign beings that we are. We're coming into that higher vibrational selves. And that's what's meant to happen. This is part of the divine plan right here. And we're moving forward. And it's like, it's telling us, it's like, hang in there. I feel like the universe with this card right here, it's like, hang in there, humanity. We know that you've been through a lot and you're at the end of your rope. You're beat up and you've been through all these battles. You're beat up and bruised and you're fed up. You're tired of it. But, we've got, and this is a 9. So, and it's interesting because in that weekly reading I got for that week, we were at the 10 of wands. So like the end of a cycle. But I feel like this is the advice is hang in there. You can do this. You've got one more fight left in you kind of thing. Like you're not quite at the end of your rope is what I'm hearing. And I'm literally seeing a rope with knots on it. You're not quite at the end of your rope, but it's like you still have some fight left in you kind of thing. You still have energy to go through this. So it's like we're at the end of the cycle, but hang in there because we still have what it takes within us to get through this process. Even though we've been, beaten up, like, energetically beaten up, I mean, and been through a lot and we're overwhelmed and we're tired and we're done with it. And it's been very hard. It's like, hang in there. We have what we have within us. Like, we have what we need within us, kind of like he has what he needs in his little sack to take that leap forward and to move forward in that wheel. And it's like the divine's going to help us with this, because it's all part of the plan. It's all fated, destined. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason. It's happening when it's meant to happen. And it's meant for humanity to come into their fullness of who they really are, and to leave that low vibrational life behind, going into the higher vibrational life of where we're meant to be. And that's all that it's all happening. And it looks like, it's going to be kind of a big month in November. So definitely think like the energy, passion is there coming into the month, but it's like, it's like, before we go charging in, we have to have the information. We have to have our vibration and consciousness on a higher level. And I think like that looks like that's what's happening in November, is we're in a pause place because we have to kind of let that vibration in consciousness catch up with this energy of wanting to charge in and take action. And what's really fascinating to me about this reading, though, is the Mother Earth aspect. And it's like, she's just cradling us with her energy and helping us through this and helping to rise us up, energetically and vibrationally, so that we can get to the place where we're just ready for these new beginnings and just throw caution to the wind and take those steps and just, free. And I'm hearing freedom, being free out of the slavery of, away from the slavery of the lower vibrational stuff, being free to take those steps forward into that, to the new way of doing things, into that higher vibrational earth. So really exciting reading here. Super exciting. I'm excited, for November. So it looks like, it's going to be a pretty powerful month with this. So I definitely think there's going to be some energetic stuff coming in November to really help us rise our consciousness and help us with our vibration. And I'm curious now to see what December's reading is going to be about and how that's going to be, and especially going into the end of the year and going into next year. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.